Legion of Superheroes number 0, written by Paul Levitz, art by Scott Collins. This is the origin of how Brainiac joined the Legion, which is definitely weird because there was the Legion Secret Origin series, which detailed that, which was also written by Paul Levitz, and this seemingly just overwrites it. So, whatever, I guess. We open up with Cosmic Lad, Lightning Lad, and Phantom Girl, all on Kolu, which is Brainiac's planet, and they're fighting off a bunch of robotic giant mosquito fly things, and they're all seemingly impervious, but eventually the Legion finds a way using Cosmic Lad and Lightning Lad's ability. By the way, if these are not their names, I don't care. And at that point, Phantom Girl's just looking around being like, okay, well, I'll do recon, I guess. And then also Ultra Boy, Man, Lad, Dude, whatever, he shows up. I still don't know why in the trade paperback versions they strip out the names of these people. They are in there in the single issues. I know, because that's how I read them for the show, but they're gone when I'm trying to look at them here. Regardless, he starts beating up all the flies as well, and we see a little snapshot of how he has to switch between his powers very quickly. So, meanwhile, we see that they finally managed to beat through all the flies, protect all the people, and there's mass destruction on Kolu, but not like that many casualties. And Brainiac 5 shows up with a bunch of elder Koluans, and it's just like, there, see? They defeated them precisely as predicted. And the Koluans are like, hey, Legionnaires, wish you would have shown up sooner. We have a lot of devastation here. So here's the deal. Over there on our planet, we have a original thing that belonged to the first Brainiac, and it just showed up, and it's currently unlocked, which usually it is locked, and therefore we don't have to worry about people getting into it, but like now it's open and it's causing mayhem, so we need your help in getting rid of it because there's dangerous tech in there. And then we see some weird like thief guy who managed to sneak his way in there, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get some good stuff in here. But before he can get to anything, he's defeated by what seem to be Brainiac drones who disintegrate him. But then they stop disintegrating him, reverse it, give him a specific weapon, and then say, okay, go on your way, as he's being like mind controlled by Brainiac. So that doesn't ever really come back as far as I can tell. Meanwhile, there's this weird egg-looking thing that's approaching a building that a bunch of Koluans are protecting. They don't have any actual proper weapons. They just have things for, like, gardening and construction, but they're doing their best. And at that point, the egg thing launches an attack at the building itself that they're trying to protect. And it turns out they're trying to protect this building because there is a child inside. Because they are a very long-lived species, they don't procreate very frequently, and this child is the most recent child since Brainiac 5. So the Legion shows up, they smash the egg thing to bits, and they're like, oh no, but it attacked the building. We have to find out if the baby's okay. Phantom Girl tries having a conversation with Brainiac 5 about joining the Legion, being like, hey, you're doing a lot of super heroics right now. Maybe you'd be good for the Legion. He's like, later. We'll talk about this later. So they go through the wreckage, they end up finding the child, and they take out the rest of Brainiac's robots that are going around, including a giant robotic centipede. And they're like, okay, that thing, we can't figure out how to lock it, so let's figure out something else. And we can't, like, destroy it without destroying the planet. So they call in Ultra Guy and say, like, hey, Ultra Guy, can you come over and just, like, super strength this thing into outer space? And he's like, worth a shot. And he reaches underneath it, and he just foomps right into outer space, where they can then blast it with heavy artillery safely without damaging the planet. And at that point, Brainiac 5 apparently did join the team. Somewhere along the way, he's like, okay, I'll come with you. And they're all heading back to the Legion headquarters. And Brainiac 5 is like, but I have to wipe my own mind of the memory that I was the one who opened up the secret Brainiac vault before Saturn Girl can read my mind. Click. Okay, done. Hey guys, and that's it. It's not the worst. I mean, it featured on a small core cast of characters rather than trying to do the breadth of the entire Legion. I'm good with that. It focused on. That's a weird thing, is that it says that it focuses on Brainiac joining the Legion, but honestly, I feel like that is the least significant thing in this entire book. This didn't feel so much as an origin as much as this was set in the past and just so happened to coincide with him joining the Legion. You could have told this story whenever. Yeah, it's not offensively bad, but at the same time, I can't really see much purpose to this book at all, save for if they're trying to set something up with Brainiac. Like, oh, is he actually following in the ways of the original Brainiac? Ooh, but like, I'd have to care for that, and I don't. So, this issue, 5.5. I would personally like to bring it lower, but I do recognize that that's just my bigotry against the Legion as a whole and how it's been represented in the New 52. So if I'm trying to be fair, 5.5. It's not doing anything inherently wrong, but it's not doing anything at all right.